comfortable from him, but I think we all know that we would love to see him jump back onto that stage.
All right, and then the tank is, I can't quite
not on the wall.
see
He's
because I'm blind. Not on the wall. That's sad.
Aww. I feel like having not seen them play Sunset, this could have been our moment, but the fact that even on Icebox, we didn't see Natunk take up that Sage role, I'm not shocked that he didn't hear, but again, this double initiated comp on the attack I quite like. What do you...
This makes sense for me because they have a new coach. You know, back then when Desire were doing really well on Sunset, they ran this comp, just Cypher instead of the Vice. So I think this is giving, you know, coach input.
Yeah,
coach
so. I think so. And I think as well, like when we look at how Movistar Koi have been playing, you know, Philo was looking incredible on that Neon on Lotus. So I'm really liking this new energy that we're getting from him. Buddy J as well on the Omen, no surprises there. I think Flyer on the KO as well. He's proven time and time again that he can jump onto these initiators. Again, I think it is the question of the tank. How much value are we actually going to see come out from this Sova? It did look okay on that last map, but we need to see more utility usage.
Well, you guys have been doing very well in the caster booth there, but although I do think it's very rich that Mitchman of all people would make fun of someone else being called Wee Greg.
That was completely uncalled for, Yinsu. We were not making fun of my friend Wee Greg here. We're happy to have him up on the desk with us, and of course, Pal will be joining us for this next map. Potentially a third, depends how he feels after all of this. It's time to get into Sunset. KC, a map behind as Koi managed to take their pick, but now it's on to KC's home turf, where they look to set the record straight and bring us all the way to a third.
Phoenix, what do you think? Phoenix on Sunset?
Love a good Phoenix.
Big fan? I know you like it on Corrode. Or did.
Still do.
Just not so much on the attack side. Didn't go as well.
That didn't quite go to plan, no. But at least now we see Carmichael farming the orbs early, getting Abez out there.
Dang.
And Martin's out of there as well.
Yeah, a battle won with the classic of Natunk, and he's going to go further in. Now, it doesn't have the drone available, so... Oh, no, he does. He's just used it. He's trying to sell the ruse, but there's nobody there. The rest of the team of KC are actually pushing in on the flank. Depending on which way they go, they could have the full squad surrounded, other than the tank, of course.
It's just going to be a battle. It's brewing as KC walk up. It's being watched, and now the whole squad turns. Movistar Koi with an instant reaction. Shock dart for Static, good. And damage done with the second. Monster and Filu very low. But it is just one man on this A side who will soon be pushed down, suppressed already. We know smokes to bloom, nothing to help him out. A paranoia in his back pocket. Can he find the time to use it? Now, oh, it's fired in and all three caught. Isolating Monster, a smoke to block them out. That could let Elite join him for this battle. As they look to blitz out, Movistar Koi have two players to deal with, and they're isolated in the fights. KC will take the pistol round.
Yeah, decent response, and more importantly, like, I think a decent end to the round for Sugetsu. He was someone that was a little bit quieter, at least for the standards we saw from last week, and I think he's someone that if he gets going in the server, it's looking like a very different game.
Yeah, especially when you've seen from KC, the two biggest players trying to lead that revival in the second half, Martin and Abez, two that you would expect. But if you now get some of the other three firing back again with that sort of passion back in them as well, that's what you want to have going into the beginning of this half.
Not what you want to see, an appalling 39% win rate.
One suppressed.
When it comes to rifle battles, that was that for KC actually?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was more for Koi, but yeah, okay, a challenge for them, but not in this one. Here they're just up against the classics. And again, it will be orb farming in some of the early rounds for this defensive side. Space taken by Martin with the outlaw in hand. For Movistar Koi, they come as a bundle, come as a pack, and look to push him down. Two shots in that weapon.
Closed.
One of the body will take them down, but it's another solid start we saw in the pistol from Filu. Even with the round not going their way, him finding his form will certainly be something to keep an eye on, as he had a lights-out start to the previous map.
Very slow round.
Shutting them down.
Of course, the main person they don't want to run into is Abez. His ult charge time is so ridiculously low that giving this man an extra life, even if they have some weaknesses. Mitch is a hater of the Spectre. I'm curious, what's your opinion on it, pal? Big fan?
If he hates it, then I'm a big fan.
Wow.
And there you go. That's exactly why. If you've got a Neon running in your face,
against the classic with no shield.
spray them down.
Listen, no one's
Nice,
debating
simple, easy to manage against ecos.
Yeah.
He's firing warning shots so the Martin can get the kills.
What about when you're up against rifles, pal? How do you think the Spectre fares there compared
But
to
that was an inside flawless. 2-0 for Casey.
Time for another one if Sadak's got this Spectre.
Come on now.
Jokes aside, it's actually a very nice gun to have when you're dealing with aggressive comps and aggressive players like this on that second round. You don't want to give yourself any room for error, any room for them to overrun you, and it's nice just to be able to have that quite loose spray to be able to just manage any situations that you might find yourself in.
Yeah, there's no cheaper SMG that maybe fares better statistically
That
in round
has
3.
a faster fire rate, therefore runs out of the magazine much faster. Yeah.
Very true. So if you don't hit your shots, it's a great weapon. Understood. Understood.
Oh, he's hitting his shots.
Well,
Start.
Abbas does not have the opportunity to get his ultimate online because he is already dead within the first few seconds of the round. Filu definitely looking like a different beast in this series so far, but Sugetsu, more of the same. Now you have to bear in mind that this bonus round definitely has some legs to it. Sadak has now unfortunately downgraded from the Spectre to the Bulldog.
All right, relax, man. You're getting on my nerves now.
That was the plan. Oh, the round slowing down once again.
Where it belongs.
I can't believe we just had a pan of a Spectre.
Now, if Sadak gets ran down, I know you're going to say, well, you would have won that with a Spectre.
True.
I know it's coming. So too, the KC know that Movistar Koi are coming straight into that site. Martin, not with the best weapon to go walking through that smoke. He's waiting for someone to invade and only one shot left after taking down the drone. Batty G left on 10 HP, but they can't capitalize just yet. Sugetsu though, still firing back. With Batty low, that Outlaw might have given them a chance, but a few shots need to be landed first. The retake, as they push back through this cage, they've got the space, they've cleared that back site. There's snakes in the grass. Batty looking to use his low HP on that side angle. Waiting for the initial contact on site. There'll be a big swing coming in with a player embedded in main in the form of Monster to get to adjust, but the flash is good! Not good enough! 10 health on Batty. He's the last man standing and he has to push out into Elite. It's KC with round number 3.
It's something about Sugetsu on this B side of Sunset. He just hits those shots when it counts every single time. I was prepping to say, great bonus by KC. They've got 2 kills. They've forced an armor rebuy out of Batty G as well. And then Sugetsu just turns up and does what he does best.
And this is the thing.
When
he's in form, it genuinely feels like he's one of the best players in the league. Like, it's just so difficult to play against. First bullet accuracy, it's been like this for a long, long time. He's in that top 1% without a doubt. And that's a round that's got to be painful for Movistar Koi because the setup wasn't bad. Like having that flash popped ready for Monster to swing, it's just Sugetsu was quicker.
An immediate push to come through. It's been spotted for sure, but no one to follow up on that trap and free space taken by Filu, but he needs to make it work quick. Those finger guns going to run out as the players on the other side have got not much to work with. Just the pistols. He's isolated now. Deep in the spawn with just a classic. They forgot about him, but just for a moment. Adjustment comes in time. And a little bit of housekeeping. Even getting out alive is Martin. Still relatively healthy, although that shock dart takes him quite low.
There we go.
The second will eliminate him. Damage done, but much more to be done for Movistar Koi to make this round worthwhile.
Stage order's been lost as an outlaw, which might have been upgraded anyway. Ultimates building up as well. And there's not going to be anything more. A few extra credits garnered by the plant, but I don't think KC are going to mind that too much. 4-0, and their credits building.
Give it to Sadak. Okay. He's just going to take that right in front of him.
Take the kill, take the defuse as well. Give him a bit of confidence. What I'm quite interested in seeing is whether or not this Cypher setup in particular that Elite has run that has allowed the pack to play towards B is any form of sort of anti-strat. Because we've seen a perfectly placed trip towards top mid to counter exactly where Filu went with his overdrive. If we start to see more of that, it could be suggesting that actually KC feel very, very well prepared for what Koi might be able to bring with their comp. Obviously, we've not seen them go for it before, so they can't have that concrete knowledge and that pattern recognition, but a lot of that comp check time, That's
Well,
they
they haven't played the map, so if they're countering stuff they've not played, that's very
but from just being able to look at it in that loading screen, right, here's what their comp can do, here's what their comp can't do. They can use that explosive start towards top mid. Okay, let's just leave a cycle trip in there.
Before you even join the server.
Might be the most thing to do in the world.
Calculating.
Oh, the shot hit, but immediately punished. Many a team would just send the one player to peek, as they did on top mid, but 3 players swinging in from market. Don't quite get that second barrel to the operator. It's now left on the floor. Movistar Koi 3 versus 4. They've got mid control, but not much else. At least the Vice wall still sitting deep towards B main, so they know one side of their back is contained. They need to make a move and find some space of their own, and that is being punished not every step of the way, because Monster has opened up the market straight through to the B site. A plant can be acquired now, and Monster wants a little bit more. In fact, they both do. They're going to push towards the spawn here, tapping the spike for a second. Elite doesn't know what's coming. Monster, he has taken control of this round. With the ult going through, Sadik might just have to wait this out. He's going in with the classic. All right, he's made the right call.
Doesn't want to allow them into their post. That was at least a hope that maybe he could catch somebody by surprise. They still haven't actually planted. Wary that maybe he's gone all the way back around, and the drone going to be used to try and clear it back, but they are running low on the time. 10 seconds left. Sadak is now going to make his move. He was waiting for there to be someone unable to fight him. He's got the right idea on where Monster is, but Monster has now got the information that his teammate needed. They can fall back into this deadly crossfire. Timing going to be everything, but Monster has made the cross. He's so wary of main, but doesn't realize that there's a man on the corner. And while you mentioned that Sugetsu might just be the king of the B site, Monster's got a challenge.
Absolutely. And Monster's been looking fantastic again. We said it in the first half, but just being able to have these moments of impact where you're in a 2v4, big disadvantage, that's the sort of control, Mitch, that you spoke about, that you want some of these players to be able to take when it counts.
We had 0 kills up until this round.
He's just
he's done everything for them. Yeah, exactly. He was warming up his hands.
Cloud doing the same as well?
Yeah, he's going to ace this next round. Ooh. You've gone from 0-4 to 4-4, so you're going from 0-5 to 5-5.
Let's wait and see.
Okay, we're following the match. I'd be careful. Tom's been pretty good in the predictions so far, looking at yesterday. But yeah, this might be a bridge too far. I'm not certain. Okay, see, still have the money to buy right back up, fight into this, and of course, when you look at that ult economy, they're 1 orb away from having all 5. The one they're missing is probably the one you choose to leave on the back burner. So in terms of reactions and safety nets here, they've got quite a bit to work with.
Now look at this aggression out of KC in B main. They clear it all. They take all the space, but they've just done it before that TP runs out.
Oh, Hunter's Fury has already done a decent amount of damage. A chance to catch 3 instead. Doesn't find much. Bilu looking trying to get ahead of things. Put himself in harm's way as he's already tagged up, and Batty G is going to use the paranoia to try and re-aggress, but already run it back now being utilized by Aves. He wants to try and get them some space for free, and while they've actually shot the clone, that gives a freebie over. The problem is, he's going to have to fall back, and the rest of the team need to take over. The low HP Natung tries to make a hero play, and it is all beginning to fall apart. Only Flyer standing. Well, he now needs an ace if he's going to take home this round, and well, it's only the 2 in the 1v5.
He was set up for it. He was almost there, Tom. KC, they stuck their double duelists together with Sadet, re-clearing that B main space, getting themselves the read, and then it just allows them to snowball into this really set retake with so many ults, lots of util, and a situation that they can then be in control of.
Hunter's Fury to delay didn't really work out to start. Opponent's still able to take the space, get the spike down, but it is that run it back from Aves, the clone being shot, him taking the space. He couldn't quite get his wall to blaze up on time, but before the ult ran out, but that didn't seem to matter. Movistar Koi not able to take advantage of those angles and convert any of the picks. 5-1 now, an immediate response from the round win in the previous, and that gets a timeout from Movistar Koi.
Slightly different pause to their first pause in the last map where they were 8-1 up. Now 5-1 down, and it is looking like a very different game. I feel like a lot of it is firstly Sugetsu just seems like he's frying. Guy is currently 8-1 in the server. But also some of those pieces. You could say the same for Batty G. I think he actually started the last map exactly the same. I think he was 8-1. I think he had a flyer of a start, and now just doesn't seem to be on the board in the same capacity.
Unintended?
Somewhat.
Now let's see if Movistar Koi bring out the same sort of adaptation they went for on their attack side, where they start to fake their early round pressure, so it baits KC into that early team fight that they try and get Aves and Martin into, and then they can react towards the space that they think is open. Probably not going to do it on an eco round, probably going to keep things nice, straight, coordinated, and then when we get onto the buy round, that's when we might start to see those adaptations happening.
Still something for Movistar Koi in this round, a few teeth being born. Rifle that's been given over to Fila with the last second, but he's caught inside the hot hands. 77 HP already, an easier target to take down even as he slides his way through, and he won't get a chance. Abez ahead of the play, Blaze Wall goes up, cancels out any further aggression, but they're not looking on the other side. Luckily, the shots aren't landing, and we're still on for an in-zone flawless with just flying up, but he grabs himself one.
Avis just full-blinded Elite he went around the corner.
I was about to say, Phoenix was looking pretty good as a Sentinel until he blinds his teammate.
Hey, listen, it's all about the orbs, and Aves needed them more.
Exactly. He sacrificed Elite so that he could get an extra orb.
The hot hands actually gets loads.
There we go.
That wasn't needed.
No, yeah, well, I suppose it was, though. It shows that they thought they're running into a much easier fight than what they ultimately got. He doesn't even throw it left either. Oh, beautiful.
6-1 up.
Kill.
Couple of ults on either side. That null command is actually being watched for. Look at the position at the top of the map currently for Elite. He has put his setup over on B, so that if they use the null command, it's all still going to be online for his teammates. And there are 4 players waiting around that side of the map. The read from KC right now is bang on.
Hard fight one side, heavy retake the other with the ults and the util you have. Thankfully, we're going to get the hard fight.
Oh! A hard fight for Sugetsu as he's just been spammed straight through the smoke. But a trip gives Sadik the answer back. But as he falls, they need a fight towards the backside to go their way. KC losing players by the second. Damage done to Movistar Koi. Flya on the floor, but they could get him back up as they stabilize this control and bring Flya back into the round. It's Elite with a big task on his hands. They know where he is now as he breaks those Razor Vines and a 1 versus 3. We saw Sugetsu managing this. He had a teammate to back him up and to close out the round as he went for the defuse. For Elite, a much more difficult task at hand.
They've got the credits to go for this. But it does feel like it's more going to rely on mistakes from Koi to give them a way back into this round. Especially with the time now ticking and nobody giving anything away. Even though economically it's not going to do anything for him going down. Well, he will anyway. The Monster again, still on form. And honestly, a fantastic round from Movistar Koi. They walk into a stack that was made for what they are currently setting up. And even still, they just won those fights.
Yeah, I think those first 2 fights there, or the 2 deaths in particular, one in market, one just outside of the market smoke, is just what completely breaks that. Not quite sure what was added there at the end.
We'll never know. The Sadik going out through the smoke, yeah, it very much just snowballs them into that late fight. Gave Movistar Koi all the space. Fly is on the floor, but they can pick him back up after the backside fight or even during it. Batty G committed to picking his buddy up. This push, if it does go through, it's not going to be a surprise. You already have 1 player watching, but you also have that vice wall and an immediate shutdown if they run it back. So nothing really gained by KC to start this round, bar a little bit of information.
Belu's all over this at the moment, just completely cancelling out any of the win conditions that KC are setting themselves up for in the round. Either these heavy stacks on the site, or these early ult round aggro plays. Martin, however, might be a new one they're not expecting.
Yeah, it's the kill trip that's in place directly in front of him. Although they're putting a lot of utility into that corner. He's still going to stick around.
How's he
surviving on the edge of it? And immediately, it's just going to take over. Elite, no. It is a complete shutdown. An in-zone flawless, but a stolen ace.
I'd be raging if I was Martin. fact that he's managed to dodge that util so comfortably, even though Koi looked like they had the perfect read on exactly that new little micro play, and he's executed off the back of it. Yeah, that's a clip you want to be posting for yourself.
I mean, the shock dart going through, you could dismiss that as like, okay, they're breaking the trip.
Boyfriend's B.
They're waiting for that trip to break, they're freeing the space, but the nade as well, they thought there might be someone there.
Yeah.
And they thought, hey, if it's Martin, he's going to TP out. I thought he was going to TP out, but he found that gap.
Point suppressed.
That gap gives another round to KC, a lead guaranteed at the halftime. And Movistar Koi, they're running into a stacked up A site. Cypher utility. A rotate through by Sagetsu's ultimate, and there's plenty of guns trained in on that slide from Filu. Elite's doubled up, the rest locked out by the Blaze. The flash good. KC won't overextend. They don't need to. Right now, a great second flash. A good adjustment as Martin's there to back up the initial fight. The damage done was enough to leave him to just one of the outlaw, but the man who has been a demon for the side of Movistar Koi, Monster, still drawing breath. Not sure Flyer will be for much longer as Martin picks up another.
If there's anybody you'd want in these scenarios, it is Monster. Operator available, has the chance to rotate to the other side of the map. The main problem I have is not even so much that it's the 1v3, but it's that dimensional drift. It means that any sort of sneaky play, anything he can hope to achieve, if it ends up in a retake scenario, they'll be able to reveal where he is. And that's why he's not really playing for any sort of retake. He is looking to find the fight here and now.
Insert the cam. He knows they'll have info and he makes a misread. Looked like he was going to catch that rotation around, but with a knife out, he didn't stand a chance. 8 on the board now for KC. Stabilizing after each one round from Movistar Koi. That attack side struggling to put the rounds on the board, and I think more so struggling is that they've constantly run into these trap plays. Sure, they made it work towards the A side and or the B side rather, when they ran into that stack. Perhaps some mistakes from KC, some overheating, some over-peaking.
The biggest difference has been those little micro decisions by some of the players on KC. First, we saw them feeding those kills a little bit too much. Now we've seen both Martin and Elite repositioning themselves so brilliantly, just within the space of a couple of meters, to get out of the range or the spread of a Movistar Koi's util and be able to put themselves in fantastic little spots to just win those initial gunfights on the site heads.
The dangerous thing about the last round as well, it might not have been a full buy in terms of purchase, but they threw a lot in terms of the ultimates. Using that Hunter's Fury in combination with Overdrive to really try and do damage, and it achieved nothing. And now you come in with another low buy, but they do have a Spectre.
Take flight.
Listen, mate. Scatter. A Phantom and a Stinger as well. That's really where my eyes are drawn.
Not Monster Sheriff? Wow. I would have gone straight to Monster Sheriff.
Yeah, but the thing is, you didn't, did you? You went straight to the Spectre, Tom. So don't try to pull that.
2 against 1. Spectre lovers. I'm looking at the Steel Garden. Ultimate that could take the weaponry away, but they're actually not playing too far into the site. So they could just opt for the retake if those guns are stolen, but it doesn't seem like it's being opted on at all.
Well, here we go. That's going to catch a few, but there's not many players left to capitalize. The flash just to delay them. In goes one of the remaining weapons. It hasn't been hit by that Steel Garden. And Martin, oh, well, he makes it work, even with the shorty. 9-2 now. KC with an answer to every question thrown up by Movistar Koi. In stark contrast to that first map, this is a strong opening from the French side.
We see that death from the tank there. And it kind of looks a little bit out of position. That like he's hanging around in mid for quite a long time during that round, and he doesn't really seem to get any value of it. That is because KC actually managed to shut that market door just in time before he activates. But it's quite a nice idea. It's not something that KC should be expecting. They should expect him to be in the pack.
A pace change is the aim of the game. Back to the A site push. Martin actually very isolated. But he's looking for one and then an escape. And the fact that his teammate's already got a kill, he might just look to escape.
Yeah, he's had that gate crash online for quite a while. It will be fading soon as he's sticking around. Eventually, he'll call for the bail. A 4v4 with the trade back by Flya. The trap's down, the cam no longer in play. deep push, though, by Filu. It's a risk taken, but the reward is plentiful. Aves managing to pull back, though. They'll contain this space. A wall up for the reposition, but look at Movistar Koi grouping up for a moment, at least. A player towards the elbow, now smoked off, flash is great. Filu can't see a thing, the smoke blocks out. Natanku comes running, but it's Sadek and Sugetsu gunning them down. 9 rounds turns to 10, and Movistar Koi left at the starting block.
Phoenix Wall allows them to cross the initial choke point, clear some angles. Phoenix flash straight through. Phoenix Molly to stop the last player coming in from elbow. Sounds like a good agent to me, Mitch.
It absolutely does. Let's see if they can make it work on the attack side, though. I mean, that's where some of the greats and some of the not so greats have had their struggles.
Bro, let me get my first ace in VCT, bro. I don't have
An incredible
yet,
comeback to be able to turn this one around, and it does look like a map number 3 is almost set to be on the cards. But
Absolutely.
honestly, I think we need to hear a little bit more. I know you were nervous about the last one, but I think we have a few of your friends standing by for an interview.
Oh dear.
We do have some VIPs in the house. It's Yumpy and Magnum from BBL. Welcome to the arena. I know it's your day off, but it feels like you've come and watched your former teams compete. So Yumpy, what do you think about the Liquid game?
Yeah, we both came to hate watch our previous teams, of course, here. But yeah, it feels nice, you know. Liquid won, so they made the correct decisions. Let's see if KC will did the same. So.
Okay, and Magnum, of course, when you were on KC, I think it's just Martin left now from your roster. What do you made of his performance so far?
I think he's playing okay. Still being gatekept at Hero, so hopefully we'll see Jet in the close future. But I think he's doing okay. Hopefully they come back and win.
Are you hate watching like Yumpy?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You're
For
not?
sure not.
Okay, well, this is probably a bad question to ask you, but how does Koi come back in the second half?
They don't. They need to swap the comp. Vice is very bad on this map, but they won't.
All right, Yumpy, do you think Koi makes a comeback second half?
Yeah, for sure. I think Koi has an incredible good chance with this Vice comp because I think Vice is very good in this map. So I think they will do a comeback.
Okay, I love the synergy between you guys. And lastly,
always.
yeah, as always, as you know, your coach, Pao, is casting right now. So would you like to do the honors for me, Yumpy, and toss it over?
Okay, so my 3 favorite English casters. Keep going.
I'm okay with that toss. I quite like that one. The three favorite English.
English speaking is what he meant. English speaking, and I appreciate
sure what he meant.
No, it is. I like Yumpy.
An Englishman walk into a bar.
Well, we can make this a duo cast if you like. I mean, really no problem.
It's a solo cast at that point. I'm not taking it either. We've even had it. We've had it pointed out to the public, apparently, that I'm not actually a fraud. Or at least not well, not personally, professionally.
No,
but
you are Scottish, I agree. The fraud bit we'll have to see. Nonetheless, we are going to be getting back into the pistol.
Can we throw him over the balcony?
That's not that far, I'll be okay. Someone would be there to catch me.
I didn't say this balcony. 10-2.
Oh, here we go. Look, Filu has got his own ideas. We've seen this corner before. Martin was, in fact, within it, and it's the exact same crossfire with a wonderful Vice wall on the other side, but Monster's gone walkabouts, and they've both fallen to Martin. Maybe that's his part of the map.
Yeah, a crossfire. We can cross that one off the list, but Movistar Koi at least managing to recover some of those picks in towards mid, and with Natank standing his ground on B, it's not over just yet. They're still in with a chance to convert this. That shock dart nearly robbed them of it. Natank's making the wise move of backing off. He'll wait for backup. Himself and Fly tagged very low, and that Sheriff now much more dangerous as a result. Great flash from Flya, though.
Yeah, the timing had to be perfect. More Stanax managed another. It doesn't seem to matter. It's almost identical to the first half pistol round where Sugetsu, low HP, is there to save the day. And well, map 3, what do you like, Haven? Big fan?
Yeah, big fan of Haven, actually, yeah. I'd actually quite like to see both of these teams play it. Unfortunately for Movistar Koi, their version of the Boyfriend's B setup doesn't seem to quite go the same way as it did for Martin.
Is that the what everybody calls it? Or?
Oh, that was what Martin was calling it earlier on.
Oh, I didn't know if that was a global call out or just KC.
We'll see.
Who would not on your team?
See if we put Profek and Magnum in the corners together.
Okay, Profek and Magnum are the boyfriends on B.
I think the main problem was the boyfriends split up in that fight. A lot of stingers, you know, crazy they didn't go for the Spectres here. Obviously economic limitations.
That's why they're not going to win.
Lion might have a real chance though. He's managed to go around that smoke, dodge the sight lines, and BattyG trading. This is now giving the advantage over to Movistar Koi and maybe a little more, but doesn't work out. Monster leaving Sadik all alone.
The 1v2 with the Spectre. Come on. This is exactly what I want to see. Oh, this is a horrible... Come on, guys. Get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer. Yes! He's done it!
Yes!
The Red Bull clutch for Sadik with the Spectre. There's a man with egg on his face. Mitch, man, how you feeling?
I mean, as Lothar would say, they needed the right-click bind there. I mean, if it was still in the game, that would have been a completely different fight. But what can you do? I'll give it to you that the advantage of the Spectre over the Stinger, as evidenced by that duel, is range. A little questionable to still go for it from Monster. He was feeling it, but...
Stinger, bro.
See? Pavez is even telling it.
Because he's on range! That's the problem! The weapon is better. I'll hear no further arguments. 12-2, round 15. And the attack side looking for one
Look,
more
Monster's
round out
bought
of
a
10.
Spectre. He's been decimated by a Spectre and then he buys one. He's been converted. Slowly but surely.
Let's see if KC can convert the round that they should be getting themselves across that final line.
He's done it now. You know what happens when you say that up here?
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Even still, the buy definitely favoring the attack. The judge for BattyG, unlikely to be contested. And while Martin just going in to bait out the wall, are still sticking on that B side of the map though.
Steps hurt on the rotate. They know there's players leaving A. They don't know about that aggressive position though. It's come through from BattyG. It's going to allow a big stack up with a safety net if they wrap back to A, but look at the space exploited by Abez. He's going up through mid. He'll be here late. He may even have heard those steps as the rotates come through. Battle on the site not going away. And in fact, Abez has been spotted, but the player saw him with a judge. He couldn't take the fight. Filu goes back to deal with him, loses his life, and now KC accelerate into this late game. All these angles cleared means, you know, that last guy wasn't on the rotate. He must be back towards the A site. Pieces put together, and BattyG with an impossible clutch. He steps into this duel. He hasn't even got his weapon out. A 3K from Avez puts 13 on the board, and KC with a dominant map number 2.